Royal Rumble week, so it's time for the Royal Rumble figgies. Exclusive, right? But you already know, Gizmo305 helping out, man. He's coming over here. He wants to play some chess. He wants to roll the dice, and that's the way that I've seen these exclusives, and I could be wrong. You guys tell me in the comments if you guys have seen any of these figures in the wild yet, because as far as I've seen it, at least in my area, they ain't getting the full sets. When they do, they ended up selling them to the store employees, and then everybody gets mad, and nobody wants to get into it. And guess what? Today, that's what we're doing. We're going to get into the full series of the Royal Rumble Elites. We're going to slip all of them out. We're getting the Ultimate Warrior, Titus O'Neil, and there's two more, one of them being Umaga and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Really appreciate it, Gizmo. You know how much we love it here. And if you don't, again, come over here. Come join us. Come join the WHF fam. Drop a like. Hit the subscribe button if you are joining the channel and see exactly if this man is going to be able to go into the ring. Now, if you guys aren't familiar, this is what happened, right? It was the greatest Royal Rumble, Saudi Arabia. This man got called out, and he just started booking, man. He went head for the hills. He's like, I'm going to get that shug tonight, man. We're going to go ahead, stir it up, and guess what happened? This ended up sliding underneath the ring. Well, not this figure in particular, but that's the whole freaking reason behind this, man. And it's really cool to actually finally see it because, you know, this was already supposed to be put out, I would say, going on almost 2 years now with the NXT takeover. Now, Ultimate Warrior, we will have the unification. And this is so cool. For anybody that knows, you know that this belt and the yellow strap, it's something that needed to happen. Now we can put that alongside right there with the W. Oh, man, just wait until you see it, man. You guys are going to love it. We got the side of the image right there. Back. He's got the ropes. He doesn't have the ropes, yo, fix. He's only raising up the arms. This is like after the man just got done shaking the ropes. So pretty cool, man. All the other figures in the set, again, we got Umaga and Stone Cold Steve Austin, the Texas Rattlesnake, bringing no snakes. I'm not seeing any snakes, but I am seeing a vest as well as a very mean and angry man. Why, you ask? Well, it's very simple. This vest right here, it's actually not including everything, at least from the images that I've seen. I know that there's a lot of stuff missing behind the vest, but again, that's why we're going to open it up. That's where we're going to get the 316. We're going to get Attitude with the whole rebirth. It's going to happen right now. Actually, this is more based off like the transition, right? Because 2002, I would say that was kind of like the beginning point of Ruthless Aggression and then the last year of Attitude. Then Umaga, there it is. We got him in the red. Was he going to win the Rumble? Well, he came pretty close. I mean, the guy was in there for quite some time. He was in there against some mastodons. But you know what? If you want the full history on that, you know where you got to go, man. WWE Network, because I can't help you out. The only thing we're going to be helping you out here right now is getting these unboxed, getting them reviewed. So let's go. Here we have all the figgies out of the packaging. And as much as I want to start out with Warrior, because this is the one that just cannot maintain its position on that shelf, you guys, I can't find him. This is actually the one that's also holding the biggest value in the second market. So you know what? For the time being, I'm going to put you off because believe it or not, yes, we have made a custom and I do want to do a comparison with all these. And that includes also Titus O'Neil. Even though we have not gotten the Elite, we have executed right here on the channel. So we do got some comparisons when it comes down to it all. Interchangeable Hands, we're going to get 2 mic open. And then we're also going to get the Royal Rumble, the greatest Royal Rumble t-shirt to put on Mr. O'Neil. And then you're also going to be getting the whistle. So if you want to do the did I do it? I don't think you did. Oh, man, love doing it every time. All right, so check it out. It is going to be held down right here by a rubber band. You don't have to keep it on, but if you wanted to be positioned in a certain spot, that's the best way to go about it. Or what you could do, because I know some people love to do this anytime they have loose joints, they end up using this and putting it in between the sockets, and it actually gets away from that. Eventually, it does break, but you know what? We ain't talking about that. We're going to be talking about the figgy review, because there it is. Royal Rumble slide. Let's go. You're getting... You really are. They actually included both of the feet right there. So imagine this being like the squared circle right there where it says stumble or slide. And then we got Titus just sliding in there for the win. He got the W, but is he going to get it today? Well, that's what we're going to find out today because we are going to get a little accent right there within the boots on actually both sides. Coming back up here, you're going to see the Hero Fix. You do it one more time, I'm going to unsubscribe. You can't unsubscribe because you guys love this, man. And if you don't, what you been missing, man? I'll tell you one thing you won't be missing is Titus O'Neil bringing the whole world together worldwide. Oh, man, all the catchphrases. Here's the thing, though, man. Guy never really did much. I mean, he's been in WWE, I would say going on past 10 years, but he's never managed to even slip into the mid-card. There was a time where you kind of saw a glimpse of hope, but really the highlight at this present time, at least within the last couple of years, it's got to be at the greatest Royal Rumble. And it's not him eliminating people, but it's more of the botch that went down. Kind of almost like, what was it, that Steamboat guy. The guy went through the wall. Dude ended up becoming famous from that. And I know that wasn't intended, but you know what? Once we get this slipped out, it's going to be all intended. Let's go. So here it is with the shirt. To make the change as to what they were thinking about doing, because the NXT TakeOver, that was the original figure that they were intending to release this, and then things ended up playing out. That line ended up getting canceled. So Titus O'Neil, he just went along for the ride. And I am actually sharing the exact same torso that they are utilizing, which is the Booker T. The tattoo on mine right here, I did not actually hand paint this when I ended up making this custom. I just did a head swap, an arm swap, and then I put it on a Booker T body mold, which means we can actually still compare it as to what they did right here in the prior release. It's going to be mainly the fading that you're going to be picking up. The newer one, it's going to have a darker finish to it. The head scan, here's my thought, right? So this is the original one off that 2-pack, and from what I'm seeing, I'm not seeing a single bit of difference. The teeth, the expression, the eyes, it's all very much there. One thing that I would have loved to see had they implemented this into an Elite, which they did and they did not give it to us, would be that screaming mode. So when he's doing the you can't just be smiling. Like, that wouldn't make any sense, and that's where it's going to be reducing. I got to give it at least 2 notches for that, and I'll take it off again for those that are not familiar with Booker T. There you go, sucker. Let's get the 5-time rolling. I think an 8.2, and I'm telling you this mainly due to just missed opportunities. Like, had you given us, and which they did, I'm not going to say they didn't have any time to execute that figure. They could have gone ahead and done kind of like what they did with Warrior, because even right here, you can see that the interchangeable head scan, it is having like that fadeaway. This is like after the match, like during the war, the guy had to go through a tournament, man. That Intercontinental Championship, it was vacant. So we needed to determine as to who was going to be the next champion. Interchangeable hands too. We are going to get 2 mic open right here. The ones that will be on the figure will be the full-on fist. And you do need the mic open in order to wrap it around those turnbuckles. Get it shaking, get it stirred up, get it going, and there it is. All right, so you guys like this? Which one do you guys prefer? Let me know in the comments if you like this Warrior with the face paint, and I do have one, the basic. This is actually a gear that we've also seen released, not in Elite form. I converted mine right here to an Elite, but the basic, I do believe they are sharing a lot of similarities, but at the same time, it's being distinguished one from the other, the way that they ended up presenting the orange. So if you look at the newer Elite, you can see that it's going to be more pronounced. The yellow, this is going to have more an effect going on right here, and I could be wrong. This might actually be off a different time. I think what had gone down, you guys, is that I was trying to reflect, because this was the closest head scan that Mattel had released before getting this, and I do want to interchange it. I'm going to go ahead and pop it off so you guys can kind of see as to how it's going to look like right there with all the face paint faded. There you go. You won the championship, Intercontinental Gold. Let's get that strap going, and not on this gentleman, but we're going to put this off to the side because you guys already know what I want to do. So for the tights, we got the full-on yellow. Really, the only design being located right here on the back, and then it does have the matching look when you bring it down right here by the knee pads. Now, it is vice versa. The main color will be the orange versus the yellow, and the tassels, they do articulate, kind of like what they did with the Ultimate Edition, where you can move it around. So if he's like about to get dropped from the top, you can execute that. Even right here with the upper part, you can see how they move into whichever angle, and it makes sense because since they are rubber, you still want to give it that ability and illusion of articulation. For the boots, this is the one up that you will not see right here on my custom. Mine, I just ended up using the same boots that they went with the basic, and you know they always end up taking the shortcuts, so having that right there within mine, again, it's not going to be cool, but here's the thing that I could do, now that I finally do got this one, since we do got the extra scan, and being this one being incorrect, I can go ahead and pop that one, and then we can have the whole effect of like screaming scan, right, kind of like how we have it right here, like the before and after. And let me show you guys, because I know for those that know, this is what I wanted to do. Check it out. Look at how freaking awesome. Like, yes, this figure is great. I like what they did, all the stuff. I think a 9 is pretty good, and the fact that we can have it right here. Yes, we've gotten the IC Championship in the past, but being able to put it right there with the Legends fig, I am all about that, man. I think a 9 is pretty firm, and I can definitely see why it's doing as good as it is right there in the second market, you guys. Same torso again, kind of what we saw with the Booker T. We're going to be getting the Triple H. Stone Cold Steve Austin, here is the man. Now it's game time. Now it's time to find out if this damn vest is gonna have, what was it? I think it was beer strong. It had something to do with alcohol. I think it was alcohol up top, and something went down, and they said we can't print it out We'll give them the skull. If they disagree, you damn well know that WHF is going to call us out on it. Up front, we got SCSA, and then we got the skull up top, and then on the bottom, we got 101, and it does have a little piece right there to kind of keep it all separated. Interchangeable hands. We got two mic open, the ones that are actually right here within Stone Cold Steve Austin. We got those close fists, so when he's on the turnbuckle, right, when he's like, yo, throw me that brewski, bro, he'll be able to catch it. No, you can't, man, but you know what? At least the celebration pose, it'll be very much there. And really with any other Austin, that's where the detail comes to an end, right? You're going to get all the action on the actual vest piece. The head scan, I do want to go ahead and pull up the one that I still hold. Even like Series 100 is still one of my personal favorites. I ain't saying that, but scale proportion, like on an actual and elite, I think this one with the True FX, this one was off of basic. I think this is the same battle pack with him and AJ Styles of Mania. So I don't know. I mean, this is for a later version, and then this is for a younger, but at the same time, the man hasn't changed much. I know the color of the beard, you'll see a darker shading, you'll get a little bit more faded. And scale proportion, this one is going to stand a little bit big. Again, the tights, solid black, going same with the knee pads, the boots, and then the signature tattoo right there on the calf. From here, the only other thing that we could do right here is just slip it on, because I know there is still some. This might be the very first Austin that you might be finding within the wild, because I know the last time we had gotten an elite, I know Ultimate Edition is redder on the corner, but is this going to hold us off between that? I think a 7.9, dude. I'm feeling pretty good. I don't know. It's going to be, when you have like the main thing being like the accessory, like having all the stuff on there and the rest of your tights being plain, if you don't got it all on the back, yeah, man, you're going to be knocked right there quite a bit. Now, Umaga, this is going to be really nice to see, because check this out. We've seen Umaga a total of 2 times. No basics, only elites, and I do have them right here for those that were curious. Now, we do got the Umaga spike for the interchangeable hand. We got a close fist. We got a semi-claw hand. Actually, we got 2 full-on claw hands that are on the figure, and then we have the little sash that you can wrap around, which actually doesn't make sense. I know this is based off Royal Rumble, and this is what he had actually worn, but I know when Gizmo 305 had reviewed this, he had done this awesome thing where he had put on the prior one. Unfortunately, I can't find it. It was red, and he ended up mixing it in together. I really like that, man, but one thing I want to try is put it on this so you guys can get an idea of how that's all going to look like. Now, it is going to come together right here on the side. You can see how it kind of comes, like the rubber shirts. Anybody that has any of those laying around, you guys know exactly how this all goes down. So you just pull it a little bit and it should slip on just like that. And there's all the design. It is going to have quite a bit, all the flowers. You'll actually see that real well coming through. I'm seeing a little bit right of QC down here at the bottom, but as an overall piece, this is an absolute must. Like, this is part of the whole entrance gear. The one thing that I do want to discuss, though, is that if you guys didn't pick up the prior release, this is where it's going to, you're going to see a lot of the changes. It's going to be within the actual tattoos, because this is going to be based off a later time. So as far as like the chest tattoo on the right as well as on the left, it's not going to be, I mean, it will be here on the left, but it's actually going to end up being covered up as to what we saw over here. The man didn't like it, man. He didn't like the Samoa logo coming across, and they are also printed slightly different. Even though we are seeing the same torso on this, one thing I am noticing is that the Samoa, it's actually coming closer to the belly button versus like midway through, and I believe this actually might be more accurate as to what we're picking up over here, but again, it's all based on how you look at it. The tattoos, you'll notice that these are going to be more faded, so since these were more fresh during the time that he actually printed it, it's going to have that whole fading effect. And you're also going to see an addition, not necessarily on the right shoulder, but it's going to occur more right here on the actual left, and it's going to be mainly devoted within the forearm as well as on the hand. So as you can see, you only had the name right here, I believe, of his lady, and then his actual ring finger. It's all painted on right there. On the back end of it, again, it's going to have more of the exact same, except you'll notice more fading going on with the newer one. No, to take that back, with the older one. So there it is. There's the back end. Necklace too, we are seeing the exact same necklace. Hairpiece, I am pretty sure that the whole, yeah, actually come down to the very middle of it, exact same tooling that I am seeing from the prior. It's going to be when you come down right here with the head scan as to where all those differences are going to really take into effect. You can see on this one, the whole tongue sticking out. This is Umaga. This is like right before he freaking nailed you right there with the Umaga spike. This is him just taking the thought and considering about maybe taking you out on Saturday night, going out to eat. He's like, yo, where we going this Saturday? I don't know. What did Hero Fix say? He says, you got to check out the tights, my bro. There we have a side image right here on the right side, kind of that same angry mean look that we saw right here with this figgy, except going down right here. On the left, we're going to get the Umaga print coming down from the top, working all the way to the bottom. Now the tattoo, you are going to actually notice that part of it, it's going to start seeping into the actual strap. So QC right there at its best, even going on right here within the inside. Mine is kind of slightly angled like towards the top, and as you can see, it kind of takes its like own shape once you get towards the back end. On the left, you'll see that same flower that we did see on the sash, except with his own touch. So overall, this Umaga, look, yes, the Ultimate Warrior is one that everybody wants, but for me, ranking number 2 within the series, I still got to give it to Umaga, and I got to give him, I think, a 9.3. That's pretty good. So ranking number 1, as we mentioned, definitely Ultimate Warrior. Number 2, Umaga. 3, I got to give it to Titus O'Neil. And number 4, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Give me your thoughts. Let me know how you rank this series. Because really, it could go either way. I mean, they could be battling maybe for position 2. Not necessarily Austin. You're definitely a number 4. I want to thank you guys for watching. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. And we'll see you on the next one. Umaga Spike! Umaga Spike! Umaga Spike!